Hi, and welcome back to teacherTube. This is education's premier channel for all things related to education, and I'm so happy to be back with you today. Today, we're going to be answering one of the most asked questions on any teacher interview, on any college admission interview, any interview you will ever go on, but specifically related to education. That question is, so tell me about yourself. Now, when you're asked this question, we're going to just jump right into it. The first thing you want to do, first of all, you want to practice. Practice your body language, practice your facial expressions in the mirror. Try to get comfortable with this question so that when you are asked this, it becomes very almost like natural. That is the key. You want to be natural when you're presented with this question. You want to be thoughtful, you want to be intentional, but you want to come across as very natural. When you are presented with this question, do not just jump into it and say, so I'm from Milwaukee and I grew up on 29th and 3rd Street. No. You want to take 30 to 45 seconds to sum this question up. You want to start off by saying, so my name is, for instance, my name is Brittany, and I grew up not too far from here, or I relocated here in the year X, Y, and Z. And you can start off by saying, I love children, I love education, and I love to help people. You always want to ease into it with something that you can do or something that you like to do for others. After you give one fact or one detail about yourself, let's say you want to say, let's say if you're athletic and you love to work out, you can start off by saying, I love to work out because I love a challenge. You want to give something about yourself that's important, but you want to offer something that you can build upon. So what I said in the interview was, my name is Brittany and I grew up not too far from here. I was born and raised here, and I went to school at this university. I studied this, but I love children and I love to help others. Then you want to start off by slowly introducing how that character trait or that identity description is going to help you in the teaching field. So you can start off by saying, what I said was, I love working with children, I love helping with children, and I'm excited to be able to take the time to build a rapport with students and to find creative ways to teach them to make sure that they're learning, but also that they're enjoying themselves, because I love to have fun and I love to create a nice positive environment and a safe place for students to learn. Then you zip it. You don't want to say anything else. You want to wait for them to give you another question or another prompt. In my interviews, which as we've talked about before, I had about 4 different interviews. They asked me, so with that being said, where do you see yourself fitting into education? In the next 10 years, what would you be doing? And I said, I see myself continuing in education in one form or fashion or another. I see myself still working with children or still working for children, right? I'm either going to be working directly with them or I'll be working for them on their behalf, whether it be in research, data, coming up with different ways to better serve the children. So it would probably be a good idea for you to sit down and come up with a 30 to 45-second tell me about yourself. You're going to want to come up with your name. You're going to want to come up with where you were raised and how you ended up where you're at today. So you could either say, hey, I was born and raised in New York and I relocated to Texas. Or if you were in the state that you were born and raised, just say, I was born and raised here. Then you want to jump into why you want to be a teacher. Just a sprinkle. So you want to say, hey, I was born and raised in New York. I relocated to Texas, and I have a passion for the youth. I love children. Then you want to say, you want to pick one character trait. And I love to help others, or I love to serve others, or I love to have fun. I love to work out. I love challenges. I'm a people person. I love to be around people. I love to connect. I love to have a community. And then you want to end by saying, and that is why I would love to work in this school, in this position, because I'm very passionate about that character trait you just listed. And then you wait for the next question. If they say, now, how do you think that will serve the kids? Or if they say, where do you see yourself in 10 years? That's when you want to play up what you just said. Well, I think this will help the kids because when you have someone that loves a challenge, they're not going to give up easy. Or you want to say, because I love to serve people, that is really going to benefit the children because I'm one of those people that loves to really get in there and do for others. Or you want to say, I love to have fun. So that's when you play up the character trait. If they pivot and say, well, where do you see yourself in 10 years? That's when you want to add on to that character trait you listed. Well, because I love a challenge, I see myself possibly embarking on administration, or I see myself leaning more towards behavioral management. But whatever you do, you want to pick one character trait that you can easily add upon with the next question that they'll ask, which is usually going to be, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Or why would you be a good fit? Or how would these traits help our students? And practice, 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 because you want to come off as genuine. You want to come off as sincere. You don't want it to seem like someone asked you to tell them about yourself and now you don't know anything about yourself. And most of us love to have fun. Most of us love working out. Most of us love community projects. If you're a part of a church, if you love to hike, if you love nature, all of these things should be added into, or one of those things should be added into. So tell me about yourself. This is what allows you to really stick the landing. This is what allows you to really hit the target. And that is it for today. So step 1, start off with where you're from. Start off with how you ended up where you're at today. Lead into why you want to be in education. Finish off with a character trait. And lastly, wait for them to give you the next prompt. 30 to 45 seconds. You wait for them to prompt you. Do not take this question as a ramble session. Short, sweet, concise. And that is it for today. Until next time, this has been the TeacherTube. Thank you.